beautiful people! I've been away from all social media for a while, and during this time I haven't worked on any personal project. However, my commissions page was still active, so today I thought I would share with y'all a work I've completed recently for a customer while talking a little bit about my experience with commissions. So let's get started, shall we? Back when I started taking drawing more seriously, I didn't think about the possibility of doing commissions until one day my partner requested a cover art. Thanks to that, I found out that I love creating pieces of art that bring other people's ideas to life. After that first experience, I decided to set up a Fiverr account. I was so excited to start working on multiple projects, but I had no idea how I should have priced my services. Keep in mind that I'm still learning to draw to this day, so naturally back then I didn't even have half the knowledge I have now about art. So I made a more fair price for the customers only, without considering the amount of time it would have taken me to finish the work. The first few commissions came in, and after taking multiple days to finish the job, I've realized that the price I established was not what I was going to get in the end. Now, this may not be a surprise for most people, but younger me had no idea of the existence of Fiverr fees. That was quite a painful realization after working for so long on a project. So yeah, if you're an artist and you want to set up a commission page on a specific website, my first tip would be to always check the fees. I've actually recently switched to Artistree for this very reason, alongside many others. The prices I establish equal what I end up receiving in the end. Something I also had to deal with and that I, for some reason, didn't expect were unrealistic or inappropriate requests and scams. If you use any social media to promote your art and you also take commissions, my advice would be to have the commissions page linked directly in your bio and make it very obvious. This way, if you get contacted by someone through DMs and they ask for a commission, you will already know that there is a high chance that they didn't even look at your profile in the first place, which I would say it's something that a serious customer would probably do. There's obviously also the remote possibility that they somehow missed the link, so I would still kindly point it out anyways and encourage them to contact me through the commissions page for any clarifications and requests. If they still message you via DMs, you pretty much have the confirmation of it being a scam. Now, back to another point I've already mentioned, aka unrealistic or inappropriate requests. I would say that these will depend on your TOS or terms of service and your pricing. There are multiple factors to consider when pricing your commissions, and those include the time you spend drawing each piece, your experience level, and if you're doing it as a hobby to get some extra money in, or if you want it to be your only source of income. From my experience, it really doesn't matter how low or high you will set your price, there's always going to be a customer complaining and bargaining for a better price. My advice would be to gently decline these people's offers and move on. At the end of the day, everyone has their own reasoning behind each price, which the customers may simply not be aware of, and that's it. Another great tool to set up before taking commissions is your TOS list. On Artistree, you can actually set this up very easily and it will perfectly show it on your profile. And that's another reason as to why I switched from Fiverr. I cannot stress enough how important it is to have such list. The customer will know exactly how they can and cannot use the commission and what they can request you. From my experience, this will already minimize the amount of inappropriate requests you receive and it will discourage the misuse of the finished product. The first question I would usually ask a customer is about the commercial usage. If a commission requires a commercial use, it simply means that the customer intends to earn money from it. However, they cannot do that unless you give them permission to do so. by either coming to an agreement where y'all will split the earnings, or by allowing the customer to pay extra for the rights for commercial usage. If you end up not using any website to take commissions, my last tip would be to get paid early, or at least split the payment and get paid half before you start working and half after a certain stage. I have personally never done this, mainly because I have trust issues, but it's certainly a possibility. I've also forgot to mention that on Artistree, you immediately get paid at the start, which is absolutely great. I swear, I didn't get sponsored to say this, I just love the platform. And that's it. That's all I can think of at least. Let me know if you got any questions. I'll try to answer them as best as I can. And yeah, thanks for watching and listening to my yapping session. Peace.